The latest slate of polling from the liberal media fake press has Biden ahead by double digits, though his campaign is acting anything like they're ahead. Obama and Biden scrambled to Michigan. Listen, if you're ahead by 10 points nationally, Biden doesn't need to do that. Alas, even his campaign says the polls are inflated, which could be a way to keep the Democratic base from becoming complacent. Either way, polling this cycle has been outright atrocious, Matt Vespa writes, with suburban GOP voters, college-educated voters, and Democrats being oversampled to the nth degree. Trump Democrats and rural voters have been ignored. Even Michael Moore knows the Trump vote is undercounted. He set off alarm bells this week as well. From Minnesota to New Hampshire, Biden is down. Poll Watch, Larry Schweikert, David Chapman have been some of the people tracking the early vote totals and the overall state of polling in general this cycle, cutting through the liberal nonsense. Here's what they're saying. Final states map poll Trump 322 electoral college votes. Pennsylvania poll shows Trump with a narrow lead. Wisconsin, 49.6% Trump, 48.7% Biden. The Trump black vote, 17%. Trump Hispanic vote, 41%. You know, we don't know. Matt Vespa writes at townhall.com, you can feel the panic. Seb Gorka has said that. You can feel the panic. I don't want to be overconfident. I have no idea. This is in God's hands and your hands. You got to vote. You got to vote. There is momentum. We know that. There is enthusiasm for one candidate. We know that too. How that translates into an outcome, anybody knows. Will we know tomorrow night? I don't know. I don't know. I wish I could tell you. I wish I knew. I'm not going to make a prediction. I'm going to keep telling you to vote because that's what counts. Here's Joe Biden on the campaign trail. He doesn't even know. I hate to pick on somebody who is elderly, but he doesn't even know what he's wearing. He's at a crowd, so to speak, cars with the honking horns in the parking lot, bragging about the Philadelphia Eagles and claiming to wear a jacket that he wasn't wearing.
I know Philadelphia well. I married a Philly girl, by the way. And by the way, I got my Eagles jacket on.
Well, narrator voice, it wasn't an Eagles jacket. It was apparently a Wilmington, Delaware team. Wasn't even the Philadelphia Eagles jacket. And evidently he said, where was he, guys? He said he welcomed to Minnesota and he was in Tampa, Florida. How in the hell do you mix up Tampa, Florida with Minnesota? They probably got, they got 11 inches of snow on the ground in Minnesota. How about Trump going from 90 degrees in the morning to, 20 above at night? I'm so worried about this man's physical condition. It isn't like he just did, it's not like he just got out of the hospital getting treated for COVID. Here he was in Michigan yesterday at a huge rally in front of thousands of people making the case that the red wave, it's a coming.
I'm not just running against Joe Biden. I'm running against the left-wing mob. We're leading all over the place. We're supposed to be leading after the great red wave is going to come over the next little while. It's coming. It's building. It's going to be a wave like I think, and this is far beyond the last one.
These rallies, these parades, these flags, the enthusiasm, nothing I've ever seen in my lifetime. Jacqueline, you were at a rally yesterday, right?
Yes. Good morning, first-time caller. I was at the rally around D.C., the Beltway, and it was great, a lot of enthusiasm. We had a lot of people honking the horns. There was a lot of people in cars that had different plates, and they were taping the whole thing, taping us. There were a lot of support. There's a lot of Trumpers out there, even at the construction sites when we would be like honking our horn, they would be waving, the truckers. I mean, it was
Wow.
fantastic.
Wow.
I mean, we had.
Well, and I really mean this, Jacqueline. I really want to ask somebody who is not a fan of this president if you've ever seen anything like this in your lifetime. I've been at this since 1978. My first radio show was as an 18-year-old kid, my senior in high school when I was 18. That was in 1978. I've been at this a long time. I've got dear friends and colleagues. This is not their primary job. They're authors and they're, writers and they're speakers and they're professors. I'm a radio guy, been at this for, well, you do the math. Well into 4 decades. I've never seen this, ever. So how do you compare? And let me just start with inviting somebody. Jay, let's get somebody on this show who does not like this president. Maybe maybe he or she will vote against him or already has. And how do you explain the enthusiasm we're seeing throughout America now, today, north, south, east, west, Beverly Hills, North Carolina, Florida, D.C., California, Arizona, Wisconsin, all throughout the country? What do you make of this kind of enthusiasm as compared, I don't know, for example, to Ronald Reagan?